Parnasa. Rabbeinu Bechai is going to try to explain different goings in Parnasa. How does he connect what was the long conversation that we had? Why do bad things happen to good people with Parnasa, with livelihood? So he says, so I'll read a little part we read last week, and from there we're going to move on. Okay, yalla. 10 דקות, 10 minutes. וכן שנתברר חובה לאדם להתעסק בסיבות, ולהתברר עתה שלא כל אדם יהיה עליו להתעסק בכל סיבה מסיבות הפרנסה, כי הסיבות רבות מאוד. So he says, after we understood that someone has to work in order to live, someone cannot come to this world and have a wife and children and say, I don't have to work anymore, I'm going to sit and do nothing. A person always has to work to bring money to the family, to hold the family up. And we understand that this thing is called a siba. It's not the main thing. Business is not my whole life. Rather, what? Imtsai. It's a tool in order to make money. Don't live your whole life in business, because then when it happens when you get older, this is of course not me saying this. This is from greater people saying much greater. Who am I? But they're saying, don't wake up after 50, 60 years and tell yourself, where's my children? Where's my grandchildren? See, they already got they went into their businesses, and they're going to forget about you like you forgot about them when you were working. That's it. And now Rabbeinu Bechai says, Mehem kalot. There are businesses, there is work which is kal, which is easy. V'tirchatan me'ata, and it's very little sweat. Kegon mekach umemkar. He says business. He says, I call it salesman. A salesman is considered pretty easy business. Why? You're not working with your hands too much. You're not working with your head too much. You have to just try to sell a product. So it's not actual physical work too much. You're not carrying too much. You order, you sell. It's more convincing people to buy what you're selling. Or this could also work in a chanut, in a store. Or something that you could make easy in a store, like making how you call it? Shatiach. The carpets. The work of carpet is not such a hard work. You sit on a chair and you pass threads through. There's a certain omanut, there's a certain profession to do it, but after you catch on to it, it's not a hard work. I saw recently a video in Uzbekistan. One of my uncles sent me a video, like sent to the chat over there, that how they make it. You see them sitting over there with a cup of tea in their hand, a cup of water, with one hand sticking the threads through and making very nice handmade carpets. But the idea is that it's such a hard, you don't sweat too much over here. It's not such a hard work. Kigon hachayatut ve'aktiva, and also writing. If someone his business is through writing stuff for people, and someone that works with wholesale, it doesn't touch any of the products. He has workers that pass it through here and there in the storages. Also contractors and being in charge of people, over people, other workers to do the dirty work. Basically, there's certain works that are certain jobs in this world which are not so hard. You don't have to use your brain too much. You don't have to use your physical body too much. You do something which is pretty easy, and with that you get into the parnasa. He's breaking it down now. And mehem sibot, and there are parnasa which are a little more challenging. Sheyesh bahem torach ve'higia, ki melechet ibud ha'orot ve'afakat habarzel ve'anechoshet ve'aoferet mimachtzevehen. So he says there are other works which are much harder, which you have to use your hands more, you have to sweat more, you have to use your brain a little more. Over here we're talking about more physical stuff, but it's like working on leather. To make leather from being the skin of a cow, from a hide, to make it into something that's to process it, to make it into parchment, or to different materials that you could use this leather after for different things. That's a hard work. Or afakata barzel, ve'anechoshet ve'aoferet mimachtzevehen, or chiseling out and taking from the depth of the ground metals, different type of metals, and copper and iron. V'tzrifat hakesef al yedei ha'oferet, and taking this silver and making it and being the blacksmiths that make beautiful designs. What? What? Silversmith. Thank you. They make very, very nice designs. Boss, his father, he told me he has a closet full of different things from his father. He has very, very special handmade type of work, which is very, very. It's woven. It's very beautiful. So those type of things also. These type of things take sweat, take energy in your hands more than being a contractor. This is called sablanut. Being to carry, to be a person that carries for people. If people rent you out to take stuff from one place to another. Nowadays we have trucks. So back then it used to be on their backs or on a donkey. Uretzifut hamasaot, and being over here is another being this is a moving company. Someone that moves different people's house from one place to another. It's another hard work. It's more with and all the work that connects to the ground, making hole to plow the field, to plant it. A lot of work. All these works are these are the second category of business in this world, which has to have more sweat and more using your physical body. There's so many different categories you could say in Parnassah. You could add that works for every single person. Rabbeinu Bechaye says, how would a person know what business to pick? So the Perek Gimel, he says, how would a person know what to pick? What's the right business for him? And over here he tries to give an explanation and try to give you to shed light on this a little bit to see if you could work. What's the right business for you to pick? So he says, he says in 4 lines. שכל אדם שהוא חזק בגופו וחלש בהבחנתו, that means anybody that's strong physically and he's weak mentally, he's not educated or smart, or he's not even street smart, some type of smarts, יתאים לו מהם מה שיש בו עבודה קשה כפי סבלונו. For this type of group of people, if you know yourself, don't lie to yourself. Say I'm a smart person, you're really not the brightest. Not Hashem, all of us. But the idea is, he says over here, take the second category. Take the category that use your hands more, your physical work more, and not the actual brain. Don't use the work, the brain power. V'asher hu chalush haguf v'koach avchanato chazak. But someone which is weak, but he is someone that's physically weak. He's not strong physically, but he is very sharp in his mind. He's a very smart person. Don't look and run after jobs that people tell you have to work and feel the work, feel the burn, feel it. Forget about that. Use your brain. You're a sharp person. Use yourself to the fullest. Rather, go away, run away from these type of works that have a lot of physical to it. If you're a weak person, you're sharp mind, forget about this. And go on something which is easier on your body. That means using your brain. You're very sharp with your brain. So someone to use that, do that, and stay away from the hard work. And try to. The key over here, he locks it up over here. The key idea over here is someone has to know that a business that he takes for himself is something. Of course, when you try out at the beginning of life, you try this, you try that. This doesn't work. This doesn't. But bottom line, when you find something, see one of the things that it's possible in the morning when you wake up. If the feeling that you have towards the work, that's something that he can go 24 hours with. He has no worry. Not 24 hours. I mean, constant. Have a steady the whole entire week, and you're gonna be to it, up to it, and not drag yourself to it and the second you have a chance to run away from it, because that shows an unhealthy life. Because a person needs to understand that when you work, that's more the majority of your life you're working, and if you're doing something you don't like, you're not fulfilling yourself, and that brings only to you thinking of bad things, like chas v'shalom depression. And when someone gets in depression, he gets home and he can let it out, and chas v'shalom on his wife or his children. Bottom line, what happens? They don't see you the whole entire day. You come home, you're cranky. And bottom line, you're not succeeding over here. So the idea of something that works with your soul and emotionally wise also connects with you. It's not like our generation, it's not like the generation before that say it hurts, good, keep on doing it. weaker, we're not as strong as back then. People are much stronger in their personality. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. There's a continuation we're going to speak about tomorrow regarding the mission of a person, the right mission for someone.